Francis from Irving, Texas has a question about insulation and wants a few tips.
Well, she has a 1961 era home, Tom, and Francis writes, this looks like maybe 2 inches. Take a look at this picture. This looks like maybe 2 inches of dark wool looking insulation over the family room, which, Tom, this seems like it's probably rock wool, doesn't it? Could it be?
I was going to say she used the right word, wool, because it is a rock wool. It was the original insulation in Texas. They started insulating homes usually not in the 58 or 59. It was really starting around the 60s. They did a little bit. They didn't really know what they were doing. This is a natural product that's localized in Texas, and so that's what they started using. It wasn't real effective, but it was just a transition because nobody had air conditioning before that. People opened their windows and had whole house fans. There was no insulation. So it was a transition period in our energy.
Well, she's ready to transition again because she wants to put in fiberglass. She's going to blow in fiberglass. But before blowing it in, she wants to know, is it necessary to remove this old rock wool? And also, other than the HVAC, are there other things they need to avoid, such as lighting and stuff up there when they put the fiberglass in?
If it was my house and you're going to go through all this, because it's 1961, I do believe you said, Charlie.
Yeah.
That stuff is so old. It's been beat up by the heat so much, it's nothing but dust. I would have it vacuumed out. I really would. If it was a newer rock wool that they put in the 80s or early 90s and they still used it in some homes, maybe not so much. But from the 60s, yes, I would have it cleaned out. I would have your insulation put in. Yeah, you don't want to pile it up against, if you have a water heater. Usually in 61, they didn't put water heaters in attics. Homes were smaller. They put them in the garage or in the laundry room. So that's probably down there. And that's a gas water heater you don't want to pile it to. And with your gas furnace, if you have it up there, and usually it was just started out with furnaces back then they started adding air conditioners later, or you might have had one of the early air-conditioned homes. You don't want to put it up against that because there's a fire hazard. Most importantly, you want the technician to be able to get around it and work on it without being knee deep in insulation. But the other thing, and I don't know if you're going to have it in a home that old unless you did some remodeling over the years, are recessed lights. If you have some of the older recessed lights that were put in your home later, I don't think they would have done it in 61, then those can overheat if you put insulation to them. So they have little baffles they put over them to keep the insulation back about 1.5 to 2 inches away so you don't have a fire hazard. Even though fiberglass won't burn, it still can make the light bulbs burn out and have wire problems. So you want them to breathe and release the heat.
You may find this hard to believe, but rock wool insulation is still in use today.
I know they use it for certain applications.
Yeah, they use it in RVs. They do. I'm not in the immediate
Charlie's
market.
got the RV bug, ladies and gentlemen.
I really do. Well, we've been shopping for it, and I saw that one manufacturer offers an upgrade to rock wool. And I'm going, that's an upgrade? So anyway, we took that manufacturer off our list. But anyway.
I told Sandra, my wife, I said, let's go get an RV and drive and see the kids, right? But I want the big one. I don't want that little one. I want the big one. She goes, I ain't driving around the country with you driving a bus like that.
Well, what you want to do is go get the copy of Lucille Ball in the long trailer. Yeah, and enjoy that one. Okay. We've been renting them, and we've really been enjoying it. So we probably are going to do that. But, all right, that has nothing to do with this. So suck it out before you put the new stuff in because it's old is the bottom line. And the blown-in fiberglass, the right way to go. Yes.
Formaldehyde-free fiberglass.
You got a question, we'll help you out. Maybe even give you some RV advice along the way. Go ahead and visit HomeShowRadio.com and fill out that Ask Tom form. We'll be happy to answer it in a video just like this. We'll post it on our website or on Facebook or our YouTube channel. And by the way, when you're watching those, if you could make sure you subscribe, and you'd help us out if you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoy the video.